You family, and welcome to another Ask Dr. Mumbi. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life very much family on your own terms, in your own story, in your own narrative, because that is the only way you're going to get out of Babylon. Because our group consciousness, the group consciousness of the melanated people has been hijacked by Babylon, where we don't even know ourselves, we don't see ourselves clearly, we're not even able to fully communicate amongst ourselves because we're even using a foreign language, most of us. But, there's a lot being done behind the scenes to kind of override that. But while you wait for that to manifest into reality, family, be building your own narrative. Be shifting your own mind, because the more you build your narrative, it impacts our narrative. The more you shift your story, it impacts our story. And it creates a big shift in what we experience collectively as a people. Thanks to every single person that supports us on Patreon. We appreciate, love you so much. Definitely consider supporting us on that platform and other Black channels. We are totally 100% sponsored by our people, family. And until we recognize the importance of us supporting our own, it will never happen for us. And you see, even the first wave of independence by our almost immediate ancestors was able because people volunteered themselves, they volunteered their homes, they volunteered their resources, they volunteered their cars, they volunteered their time. That's how we were able to mobilize, a colonized people. Then they still had the armies and all this stuff. They didn't have as much quote unquote freedom as we do today, but they were still able to organize themselves and get some and start the independence journey, because they got us somewhere. They didn't get us all the way, but they got us somewhere, family. And I keep getting this question, and I've seen a few people talking about it, about the ancestors, and when they talk about how we're here to help heal bloodlines, to help restore bloodlines, to assist. Some of us were actually here to assist our ancestors. What does it mean? And that's been the basic question. I've gotten several questions around that. And family, a lot of our family are stuck. A lot of our ancestors, let me say it like that, are stuck in purgatory. They're stuck in an in-between world. They're stuck in this cycle of perpetual return, where they're constantly coming back to this life. They can't rest, or they can't return to their families, to their cosmic families. They're stuck here. And then maybe even this is their cosmic family, but they can't even rest here because they're stuck in this recycling loop where they're literally being used as energy slaves. Like what you see on the physical should shake you and disturb you, because it reflects what's happening on the spiritual. The way our people are being exploited on the physical, much worse is happening on the spiritual. The crimes against humanity that are manifesting on the physical, imagine what's going on the spiritual realm, where these things are designed and orchestrated. And so a lot of our family, especially those who were colonized by religion, family, and were not able to get out of that psychosis, are trapped. And there's a story I've shared on here several times where I talk about how two men from the same village died, and they had a common ancestor, but one was a Bible-thumping Christian who believed in Jesus, and the other had stayed true to his ancestors. So when they both died at the same time and they crossed over, their common ancestor showed up to guide them back to their home planet, home reality, whatever you want to call it, the realm of the ancestors. And one of them was so happy to see his ancient grandfather, hugs everything, honored that they came to get him. But when he went to the other guy, he was like, no, I'm who are you? Who are you? Who? I'm waiting for Jesus. No. You're a demon. You're trying to take me to hell. I'm waiting for Jesus. That's who I was told to wait for. And then the story goes on about how more ancestors passed on, how more people passed on from that village over years, decades. Some, like 20 years later, another ancestor passed on, and the same ancestor went to the crossroads. And that same passed on loved one was still there waiting for Jesus, not wanting to be convinced. And many of our ancestors are stuck at the crossroads, family, waiting on Jesus. And it takes us awakening our bloodline, our ancestral tree, and even communing with them. That's why I've done shows on how when you're working with the ancestors, there's certain, you don't want to work with the most recent ones. You want to work with the ancient ones, but the only way to connect to those is to raise your vibration, because you attract who you are. So when you're still in the religious psychosis, you're dealing with your immediate ancestors who also died in that religious psychosis. But as you move higher, you notice you're dealing with different ancestors, because new ideas, new definitions of reality, new possibilities, new ways of working with spirit come into your focus, and you just know it by spiritual revelation. So a lot of our ancestors' family are stuck in the crossroads. And for some of you, even with setting up your ancestral altar, it's been about awakening these ones to the fact that they're even in the afterlife. Some souls behave like they're not, like the life continued from this one. Some have created hell for themselves. Some have created a very limited heaven for themselves. And so we are here, family, by healing our narrative, by healing our book of life, and by healing those generational curses and those generational lies. We will actually be liberating so many of our ancestors from the afterlife and enabling them to finally get off this wheel of life. And this may be too deep for many, but if you know, you know. And it's just like, even by us awakening, family, because death is a lie. There is no separation. The separation between life and death is like those sliding doors. You slide it, you enter the other area, and you close it. You can have bulletproof, you can have soundproof, so you don't even know the afterlife is there. But the afterlife is just here, family. And a lot of our people are stuck. And so your awakening is not as tough as it's been. It's not even about the people here. The reason we talk about healing bloodlines is because there's our bloodlines who need to be spiritually rescued over there. Because before they're forced into this wheel again. And so this life is not just about you, for you, the chosen ones, for the spiritual warriors out there. You were chosen so that you could not only awaken and contribute to the new earth that's being created now, but you could somehow connect with those ancestors who don't know what's going on and awaken them. So that finally, when they see the ancestors, the ancient ones on the other side coming to take them home, they don't reject them. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Special shout out to our Patreon family. Definitely consider supporting the channel, family. And if you're trying to relocate to the motherland, check out our Patreon relocation service called Karibu Nyumbani. You can join for $5 and you'll get access to a library of over 50 videos that help you relocate to the motherland. Until next time, tuko pamoja.